everybody, welcome to another Jenny Live. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great day. You know, they didn't do the countdown, so I was just waiting here. How many bloopers are there of TV hosts actually just waiting in their live? They're like, oh, all of a sudden put your face on, and it's like, okay, we're starting. This is like acting, you know, it's our personality, but it's like the alter ego of ourselves, where when you're live, that comes out. So welcome, join us. We are live, I think, mainly everywhere we can. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Miami TV, which is the most important one. And we got TikTok right here. So what's up, TikTok? Welcome. ¿Cómo están, amigos? Bienvenidos. Espero de que estén bien. Bienvenidos a Jenny Live. Si son nuevos, ahora les contaremos un poquito del programa. Estamos, creo que en vivo en todas partes. Vamos a ir chequeando porque, como saben, estamos testeando estas nuevas plataformas que existen hoy en día y tantas formas de llegar a tanta gente, ¿no? Imagínense cuando empezamos hace unos 13 años de que recién estaba empezando YouTube, o sea, nadie sabía ni lo que era YouTube. Hola, qué mujer tan bella, inteligente y con un gran mensaje en sus programas. Gracias, René, bienvenido, muchas gracias. Thank you, Renee. Says, what an intelligent woman with a great message in her shows. Thanks so much. Yeah, we just try to distract you a bit, you know, so you can hang out and learn a little bit of everything. But like we always say, what we say isn't what goes. It's just, if you want to take it or leave it, we always use our own personal experience for it. And I always say, you got to generate positive energy. That is basically the slogan of the show. Okay, so welcome, TikTok. How are you? ¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo estás? Joined. So somebody was telling me about these TikTok battles. Like, I don't really know if that's my thing or anything, but I think I'm totally open for all these new things. So I think I've had my account for a couple of months. And I've only posted like 10 videos of sexual energy. So if you guys have any questions about sexual energy, this is the place and the time to ask. If you don't know what sexual energy is, then basically it's the vital energy in your body. So anything about sex, sexology, and linked together, of course, with energy, this is the place to ask. So join us. Bueno, recuerden que estamos enfocando esta semanita en el tema de la energía sexual. Cada programa, por supuesto, vamos a estar hablando en algo particular, algo diferente, pero como este tema es tan extenso y hay cosas que encima ni siquiera se han descubierto todavía, porque no existe mucha gente en el mundo que le tome tanto tiempo y perseverancia a lo que es el poder de la energía sexual, que es la energía vital. Entonces, vamos aprendiendo junto con ustedes y lo importante justamente es que si tienen alguna pregunta o tema o comentario, no existen preguntas que sean tontas. A veces tengo gente que me dicen, Jenny, pero es que nos juntamos grupos en la casa y cuando preguntamos entre nosotros cosas, pues sentimos de que son tontos al preguntarlo porque te ves muy enfocada en lo que estás hablando. Y yo, no, justamente lo que me gusta es que interactúen. ¿Cómo están? Saludos, nuevo Laredo, Tamaulipas. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. Okay, guys, so let me see if I can refresh this. I know we have Facebook as well, so I'm going to do my best on kind of like, you know, come and go in different social medias. It's not easy. Maybe I'm gonna have to find a way of doing this all in one, so we could just like migrate all the chats, and it'll be so much easier. Welcome to our members in Miami TV. How are you? Saludos desde Colombia. ¿Cómo estás? Saludos, Cruz, mi familia es de Monterrey, Bragas Family, bienvenidos. Saludos, Monterrey, Nuevo León. Hola, hola, mucha gente de México. ¿Será porque estamos en México que nos comparte más a mexicanos? ¿O será que es desde que hicimos a todo México, le estamos haciendo honra a México, mostrando lugares muy, muy, muy bonitos? Bueno, nosotros decidimos mudarnos a México un tiempo, digamos, muy grande del año, por lo tanto, por algo estamos aquí. Yo siempre he dicho que México, bueno, y mucha gente ha dicho que México es uno de los lugares que tiene una energía muy alta. Tulum en particular tiene una energía muy alta. Los mayas, ¿no?, que eran aquí autóctonos de esta zona de Yucatán, de la península de Yucatán también, pues tenían un acceso a un poder energético que muy pocas personas siquiera saben de esa información y quedan muy pocos mayas reales encima también que continúen las creencias, podríamos decir, y prácticas de sus ancestros. Sin embargo, sí conocemos varios y cuando te hablan te dicen, no, ya en los pueblos, can I untie your bow? Sure, in your mind. ya dicen, no, ya no quedan casi los que les interese seguir adelante con las enseñanzas de las plantas medicinales, o sea, la fuente de energía, y aquí hay una base energética muy, muy, muy grande en Tulum, así como en otras partes del mundo, por supuesto, Egipto es otra. Nosotros le llamamos por lo menos fuentes de energía. So we, yes, well, a lot of people from Mexico, welcome guys. So we decided to move to Mexico because life just kind of brought us here. So we're in between Miami and Mexico, we come and go. Enrique more than I. But it's amazing how the feel of the energy here is so much different than anywhere else in the world. I feel like there's certain parts of the world where you have just connections with something, and for some reason, well, for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to talk about in the show, but there is like a fountain of energy here. And if you guys know anything about the pyramids and the way that they channel and absorb energy from the ether towards the earth, it has something to do with that. So if you're looking for energy spots in the world, go ahead and look for Egypt, go ahead and look for Tulum, and there's a lot more, but none that I could really say right now. Like, this is a place I've gone and I have the experience, and you're gonna charge up with good vibes. Chichen Itza, also in the Yucatan Peninsula, strong energy, not as strong as the one in the pyramids, but if you are a follower of those vibes like I am, these are places where you want to go. Bueno, si ponemos los celulares en silencio, vamos a hacerme un favor a mí, vamos a empezar entonces con los temas, ahora sí, de energía sexual. Y si tienen alguna pregunta en algún momento en particular, solamente mándenla, yo voy a hacer lo posible. El chat, honestamente, de Facebook no me es para nada sencillo tenerlo abierto en el momento. Creo que es porque lo tengo abierto en una web y no en una aplicación. Así que bueno, ténganme paciencia. Dice, no sé, como que el volumen está un poquito bajito, ¿será que le pueden subir? No se escucha mucho desde California. Está al máximo el volumen. Ayer sí tuvimos un problemita, pero era porque yo lo había puesto más bajito. A ver ahora, ¿cómo me explicás? Porque es tan importante el tema del sonido. Hablando del sonido es una vibración. Nuestra voz es vibración. Nuestra boca es una de las partes de nuestro canal de donde sale y entra energía. Por eso es tan importante, hablando de la energía sexual, cuando pensamos en sexo, cuando pensamos en energía sexual, no solamente tener en cuenta de que tiene que ver con algo que tenga que ver con los genitales o la penetración, ¿no? El beso ya de por sí activa esa energía. Por eso ayer les decía, no la llamemos energía sexual, vamos a llamarlo energía. Y todo lo que tenga que ver con tu cuerpo físico entrando en algún tipo de excitación o movimiento de endorfinas y moléculas es generar energía, punto. Entonces, cuando las personas, yo creo que piensan en un beso, no siempre no van a ponerlo en el grupo de decir, oh, eso es sexo, no, pero sí es energía. Entonces, que las dos son lo mismo. Entonces, importante saber de que tú estás compartiendo energía en el momento que tocas tu cuerpo con otra persona. Si logras tener el punto de tu canal, digamos, de la garganta y tu boca abierto, vas a poder llegar a vibrar cierta energía, y las personas a quien les hables, a quien converses, se van a sentir cómodos, confortables, como que confían en ti, ¿no? Tienes de repente una voz o una palabra un poco más firme, un poco con más confianza. Así que fíjense lo importante de la voz, como hablábamos los otros días también, la música. La música es lo que mueve el mundo hoy en día. Existe una manipulación a través de los mensajes en la música y los videos musicales que la mayoría de personas no se dan cuenta. Otros sí, cada vez hay más gente despertando, ¿no creen? Pero a la larga, pues todo depende si realmente le quieres prestar atención a esas cosas, porque al fin y al cabo hace que la vida sea un poquito más complicada, pero al fin sencilla, como hablábamos ayer, ¿no? Bienvenidos si están recién uniéndose a nosotros. Estamos en vivo en Miami TV. Pueden vernos en miamitvhd.com también si deseen. Tenemos un chat abierto ahí también. Saludos a Austin, Texas. ¿Cómo estamos? Thanks for the show. Back in Ireland. Hey from Ireland. How's the weather there? Is it always rainy and cold? This is one of the locations I would like to go to, by the way. Ireland. Ever since I saw the movie with Gerald Butler, I know he made really good promotion in that movie. Your scenery is just, wow, there's so much green there. It looks beautiful. So definitely in the bucket list, you guys. Irlanda, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. Bueno, espero que ahí me escuchen un poquito mejor entonces. Vamos a ver, en YouTube al final no pudimos salir. Parece que en YouTube no estamos. A ver, déjeme ver si no veo para así abrir el chat y ya continuamos con... No, parece que falló. ¿Falló o me ven? So I'm trying to see if we're also live on YouTube. We should be. I don't know why this... if not, well, we'll try again next time, you guys. Oh, there I am. Hi, guys. Ay, ya lo vi, ya estamos. Girl, why are you hating? You don't even know me. Who's hating you? I'm sorry if somebody's hating you. Hello from Turkey. Hi, Turkey. How are you? Welcome. Turquía, ¿cómo estamos? Bienvenidos. What's the time difference there? It's a big time difference, right? Okay, so, Genia, ¿cómo estamos? Bienvenidos. Bueno, aquí estamos. Hey, Darren, you have a big star. I don't know why, but great. Saludos, lindo programa. Beto, bienvenidos. Ray Gonzalez from Miami. Play the Powerball. Oh, God, big jackpot in the Powerball. Love you, Jenny. I enjoyed Naked Energy. Really, anything you're in, I enjoy. Oh, thank you. Well, welcome. Remember, if you guys have questions, let us know. So we were just talking about, I don't know how we ended up talking about this, something about the kiss. Speaking of sexual energy, most people don't even relate a kiss with sexuality overall. You know, it's just like, oh, it's just a kiss, you know, and it's not a big deal. I've actually treated people that have gone possessed, I mean, like filled with a really dark entity only through a kiss. Freaky, right? And you might say, how is that even possible? Yes, energies, just like we always explain that energies go through, I know I'm multitasking like crazy today, but it's okay, my brain can handle it, I think, unless I have a short circuit in the middle of the show. And there I go, my short circuit. Hi, Ireland. Hi, Ireland. But basically, the moment that you're sharing any kind of connection with somebody else, you're generating an energy. Any moment that you have any kind of arousal going through your body, you're generating an energy. Whether you like it or you don't like it, and you believe in energy or you don't believe in energy, it does not matter, because for the universe, this is how you were made. So this isn't about like religion. This isn't about what you want to think is real or not. This is real. This happens. Whether you like it or not, it's your human nature to generate energy. And the way you generate the strongest energy is sexually, okay? So, welcome. So if you think about the kiss, for example, and you think it's so insignificant, you think it's something, oh, but it was just a kiss, no problem. Now, this part of your body, right, is specifically the exit or beginning, I always say, of your channel. So it's here in the bottom. So think of us as like this tube, right, where channel, just like channel, think of it like a channel, but in a tube kind of way, where if you really pay attention to this part of your body, right, I don't know what it's called in English, sorry, ¿cómo se llama esto? ¿El esófago? No tengo ni idea, soy muy bruta con esas cosas. Enrique, esta parte, o sea, la garganta, pero esófago, ¿no? So in English it would be esophagus, I think. Yeah, sorry, my Spanish is better. And then you think about the bottom, me because I'm a woman, so that's why I'm thinking about. It's almost like the same way. That's actually a good thing when that's a connection to an energy as well. Yeah, see, that's the thing, that it's not like something to laugh about or anything. Somebody's saying, I think I might be growing, and I'm like, if people would only know that any kind of erection or any kind of excitement actually means that you are connecting to an energy, then everything would change. So no, you're not gonna offend me if you say anything like that, and I know you meant it in a funny way, but it is true. So it doesn't bother me one bit. You're connecting to something. In fact, why do you think that's something that you can't control? If it happens on its own, it's because there's something exterior that's controlling it, and something called energy. Okay, so going back to the kiss. Kissing is awesome, right? So there's a lot of people that actually don't feel when they kiss. So if you go back to thinking maybe when you were when you had your puberty years, right, where just by kissing somebody, you would go crazy and your endorphins and all this butterfly would go through your body and kind of like a shake sensation, or you could even have an orgasm just by kissing. And I'm sure this has happened to everybody at some point. I really hope it has, because that means that at that moment itself, your body was 1000% pure. okay? So that is where your body needs to stay for the rest of your life. The problem is that most of us go ahead and just waste that sexual energy, so we end up losing sensibility, not only energetically, but also physically. And that is when you get to maybe like your 40s or 50s or even 30s. Usually from 27 and above is when the consequences, let's say, or the sequels start to show up. So, thanks. So if that's happened, like I always say, it's something that can't be reversed. It's not easy, but it definitely can. But imagine if you were to have that type of sensibility, the sensibility that you had when you were really young, in your teens, or when you had that first kiss, later on in life or throughout your whole life. That's why most couples, not all, because there's always fine lines and exceptions, but most couples actually, if they're together from the first time they're with each other, you're going to realize that those couples are the ones that last the longest. Why? Because normally they'll make a right choice in the person that they want to be with, and secondary, they have all of their sensible spots and all of their energy intact. So they discovered and enhanced these energy spots and these sexual spots, because it's really what they are, with the person that is the right one for them. And that is in perfection, in another world, in another planet, that is perfection itself, okay? Now, this wasn't the case for most of us, right? Especially people in younger years today. I mean, this isn't something that is naturally spoken about. So I'll answer you in a second. I'm in a roll here. So lack of information makes us just make wrong choices. But having the information, if you could do something about it, I always think it's way better. So let me go in Spanish a bit, answer you guys, and we'll continue. So where in Europe did your family come from? I have an Italian descent, but my mom's from Colombia and my dad was from Uruguay. So I'm American, but raised in Uruguay, which I love. I love their culture. It was great being raised there. Sí, yo me crié en Tacuarembó. Como dicen, siempre que me preguntan, ¿te sentís más uruguaya o americana? Y yo como que, pues los dos en realidad, porque he vivido hasta ahora mitad y mitad. Así que, bueno, dice. Ok, saludos, ¿cómo están? Bueno, chicos, estamos en vivo. Si quieren interactuar con nosotros, tenemos varios chats y sí estamos haciendo un multitask bastante importante. Hablando un poquito del beso. Fíjense que a mí me ha tocado tratar gente que ha venido a mí encima con posesiones que solamente han entrado a través de un beso, y puedes decir, pero ¿cómo es posible? O sea, ¿cómo puede algo meterse a través de tu boca? Los besos, así como, o sea, cuando nosotros hablamos de sexo, no necesariamente estamos hablando de penetración, estamos hablando de todo lo que tenga que ver con la energía sexual, ¿ok? Con la energía en general, porque recuerden de que, esto lo voy a estar repitiendo varias veces, de que sexo es energía y viceversa, ¿ok? Entonces, cuando hablamos de energía, significa todo lo que mueva tus endorfinas y tus moléculas a través del cuerpo. Si tú recuerdas cuando tuviste en la etapa de la pubertad, la adolescencia, tu primer beso en algún momento, hola, bienvenido. Si tú recuerdas esa etapa y te acuerdas tu primer beso, te vas a acordar de que tuviste quizás un sentimiento de cosquilleo por todo el cuerpo. No sé si le pasa al hombre igual que a la mujer. ¿Le pasa al hombre también el cosquilleo? ¿Sí? Sí, me dicen. Que en realidad ese cosquilleo que le llaman hormigueo o mariposas es justamente la energía recorriendo tu cuerpo. Entonces, en un cuerpo saludable, sano y que debe estar y funcionar como corresponde y que canaliza energía de la forma que corresponde, saludos Las Vegas, así es como se siente justamente la energía. Como un correntazo, como unas mariposas, como ¿no? Como algo que quiero más, ¿no? Quiero más, quiero más. Una emoción, sí, pero la emoción no necesariamente define, podríamos decir como que la vibración, ¿no? Yeah, we're actually live in Miami TV, so if you want to see us there with our, I think it's what, we had 4 cameras, I don't know, I think at the end, did they take some cameras? I think we have 3 cameras. You can join us in Miami TV. And we still have our members show, and we're doing that after this, so we are always live after our Jenny Lives with a positive energy seminar. This is something that goes with my gift. I do them completely nude, and they're in MiamiTVHD.com. We do these every time after a Jenny Live. Hello, Chicago. Hi. Hey, guys. Open L, what's up? Can you weaponize sexual energy? If so, please explain. Ay, ay, ay. You could, I guess. But yeah, let me explain. Let me finish the whole kiss thing and then I'll answer your question because, yeah, I think you could. But that's why there isn't many people that have that gift of actually being able to use it towards others people's influences. So a regular person, let's say somebody without a gift of sexual energy, that gift of emanating to others, maybe, but not efficiently enough. And I'll explain in a bit. Okay, let me continue with the kiss. Estaba en español, ¿no? Hablando del beso. A ver, ya me mareé. Entonces, ustedes en el momento que tienen esa conexión, acuérdense que esta es una parte de su canal, entonces cuando lo unen con otra persona, ok, es como que ya sabemos que la voz es vibración, la voz es energía, entonces estamos irradiando una energía y ese sonido, ¿no? Por eso los meditadores cuando meditan hacen el y si haces eso yo no lo hago muy bien, pero si haces eso con la boca cerrada vas a sentir hasta la vibración dentro tuyo. And if you do that, you can feel the vibration even inside of your body. Your things are going to fall out. No, they're not. They're totally tight. Don't worry, my friend. But thank you for being so cautious with me. Entonces, tener en cuenta de que si tú tienes un poder en la boca, nada más con esa vibración, ¿qué te hace pensar de que cuando te unes con otra persona y pegas esos labios y encima, ¿no? O sea, no vas a compartir energía. Así como estás compartiendo saliva, vas a compartir energía. Que así lo quieras creer o no creer, como siempre digo, porque esto no es un caso de religión, esto no es un caso de, bueno, sí, te creo o no te creo, así no me creas, está pasando y va a suceder igual. Entonces lo que yo quiero nada más es que se te meta en la cabecita para que la próxima vez que tengas un contacto físico con alguien pienses dos veces de que estás transfiriendo no solamente pues ADN, sino que también estás transfiriendo energía, ¿ok? Y esa energía, en muchos casos, que la razón por la cual empezamos hablando sobre, saludos Colombia, hablando sobre el beso, es algo de que te puede afectar en muchas cosas en forma positiva o en forma negativa. Pero hay personas, si este beso pasional pasa en un momento de vulnerabilidad, porque la razón por la cual empecé a hablar de esto era porque alguien, me acuerdo que me había llegado, it's a lot nicer in our feed though, in Miami TV, me había llegado y esta persona estaba completamente positiva, ya había pasado por su proceso de limpieza y cuando llega con una cosa dentro horrible y yo como que, ¿pero qué hiciste? O sea, ¿con quién te metiste? Y dice, no, la verdad que no he tenido relación con nadie, me he portado muy bien, o sea, me ha ido muy bien, pero desde hace como un mes que de repente todo empezó a cambiar, las cosas no me salen, o sea, de cómo era su vida antes de poder tener una limpieza energética. Entonces, resulta de que empezando a hablar y dice, ¿sabes qué? Ahora que lo pienso, ¿influye el beso? Y yo como que, sí, pero ¿en qué situación? ¿En qué consecuencias? Y dice, bueno, sí, había una chica, me acuerdo, estaba en una fiesta, estábamos tomando, ¿no?, mucho alcohol, yo estaba bastante borracho. Dice, y esta chica estaba muy embriagada y se me tiró encima, dice, o sea, ella estaba muy salvaje, quería, perdón la expresión, cogerme. Dice, y quería más, pero yo, o sea, más allá del beso como que no quise porque había mucho alcohol de por medio, entonces me la saqué de encima, pero sí nos besamos por un largo tiempo. Entonces yo le expliqué de que normalmente cuando la persona está, cuando la persona está canalizando negatividad o conectándose con la negatividad justamente hace de que salga, podríamos decir, como que lo salvaje de adentro. Y no porque no es bueno de vez en cuando ser un poco salvaje, pero vas a ser salvaje con esa persona que es tu pareja, que amás, que tenés 100% de confianza, ¿no? Entonces te soltás en el momento adecuado, en cualquier momento vas a generar positividad. Pero si te soltás de esa forma con alguien que ni siquiera conoces y solamente con un propósito de que quiero tener sexo contigo, ¿no? Vas a transmitir energía negativa porque es completamente sexual, es completamente físico y eso va en contra de todos los, no diríamos que reglas, pero va en contra de todo lo que significa generar positividad para empezar, de que no es algo físico, es algo mucho más diferente. Excellent, your twins are adorable, thank you. I like them too. Entonces, I'm going to go in English in 1 second. Entonces, la persona, la mujer o el hombre, vamos a dejar transmitiendo en Twitter. La mujer o el hombre, yo toda metida. la mujer o el hombre cuando tienen ese momento de un desahogo, de mucho sexo, de mucha emoción y tienen ese beso pasional con alguien desconocido, pero que solamente es por ese propósito, están lamentablemente canalizando negatividad. Entonces, yo sé que suena como que, ay Jenny, me acabaste de matar todas mis ilusiones sexuales o las fantasías o, ¿no?, de tener algo esporádico con alguien por ahí en una fiesta. Lo siento, pero quiero que sepan la verdad. Y más si hay una sustancia de por medio, sea alcohol o cualquier tipo de drogas, naturales o no naturales, no importa. ¿Por qué? Porque estás vulnerable. En el momento que tú tomas algo o consumes algo que va a afectar tu sentido de conciencia de tus decisiones, que va a alterar un poco tus decisiones, creo que es mejor, sí o no. A ver, vamos a salir también en Twitter si nos quieren ver por ahí, solo que ahí sí no los voy a leer. Thank you, gracias a nuestra hermosa asistente. Loving your outfit, thanks so much, welcome. Voy a ir un poquito en inglés y continuamos en español. Okay, so I'm talking about the kiss. Si tienen preguntas, por favor, háganlas. Vamos a meternos en este tema. Guys, let's go ahead and focus on the kiss for today, and then for TK, if I have time when we're done with this topic, I'll answer you. If not, I'll definitely make it tomorrow's topic. I think it's super interesting what you asked. Thank you. So if you have questions about the kiss or about that first contact, let me know, because that's what I want to kind of wrap my head around. I like kind of focusing on one thing and really deliberating in it so then you guys really understand what it is that I'm trying to express. Hopefully. Hey guys, what's going on? So if, let's say, going back to what I was explaining, if you're having that physical contact with somebody, in this particular case, right, this guy comes, he has already been in our sessions before, so he left art therapy, 100% positive, life changed, like always. Thank you, welcome. And all of a sudden, months after, comes back, and the moment he walked in the door, I'm like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, I'm like, what did you do? Like, he had something inside of him that the moment that it kind of went into his body, he realized. Most people, when they have negativity inside their bodies, don't know, okay? Until you really start analyzing your decision making, your thoughts, people that you're attracting, environments that you're attracting, and that's the moment that you kind of start saying, wait, is it possible that I could have negativity inside of me? Or is there such a thing as something that can affect my decision making? I mean, then you have people that don't believe in that because they're like, I am the only one that have the master of decision. Of course, you're the only one that can decide what happens to you. But you can have something that is influencing you to attract things that are no good for you. It could be a person or people or places or situations, okay? So all of that is something that is inside of your body, and it's really simple. Where you look at your life and you say, well, am I progressing in life? Are things going well? Am I positive? Do I have love, health? Am I stable financially? You know, do I have time for myself? These are all things that you want to ask yourself. If you have neither of these and you're just kind of maybe stuck at home, I don't know, on TikTok all day and not doing anything that's making you help progress in all levels. And I'm kidding, by the way, but social media is something that does trap you, and you want to definitely give it your time. So if you're in that level, then you definitely have something you want to get rid of, you want to cleanse, you want to just get out. So let's go back to the kissing, right? When you kiss somebody, do you transfer energy? Yes, just like you transfer DNA, you also transfer energy, believe it or not. Hi, Oscar. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. You're transferring, let's say, right? And when you think about music, what is the number one thing I think that moves thousands, if not millions of people in the world today is music. Music is the number one influencer. You have a sound that you're listening to every day. I do. I mean, I don't know. Does that have like a secondary name? Do you like cream pies? Is there a different thing for cream pies, you guys? Because I'm really bad at these things. And if there is, I'm sure I'll say yes anyway. So if you're thinking of music, right, you're thinking of something that, what I was just doing in Spanish, when you right, or when you do a vibration with your sound, with your voice, that sound is generating a vibration and it's generating an energy. So that is something going out of your body. So imagine, why would you think that if your voice generates a vibration, why wouldn't you think that by kissing somebody, you are sharing a vibration? You're sharing you know, an energy that you cannot see, but you could definitely feel. So in the case of this guy, of this patient, I call them patients. He had that moment where this girl just jumped over him and was very drunk and was very wild, because I started asking, okay, was it a regular kiss? And he was like, no, it was very wild. And I'm like, was she like very savage, very sexual, like wanting to have sex now? And he's like, yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, now that you mention, yeah, she really wanted to just have sex. And we hadn't even spoken. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you were totally possessed by something. Why? Because first of all, when you have a substance inside of your body, the moment that you have something that is impairing your senses, right, you are opening yourself. So it could be alcohol or it could be any kind of drug. The moment that you have something that makes you feel a little different, gracias, bienvenido, Manu, you're opening your energy to accepting things that are around us, okay? So that's why people become a little bit more free, right? It's kind of like you lose that tension. Ahora voy en español. You lose that tension, you lose your stiffness, let's say, not in an erection way, I mean like physically, the rest of your body. Well, although that does happen to some people. And you let go, right? So that moment is specifically moments that you don't want to be hanging out with people that are negative. You don't want to be hanging out on places that are crowded with people that are doing drugs or laying out or vomiting drunk, or, you know, you want to be in places where people are progressing, or specifically in places like at the beach, you know, or places that are outdoors, or by yourself. Like if you definitely want to do something like that. Not that I'm recommending it, but I'm saying if this is something you do, make sure you pick wisely, because the moment you ingest a substance, starting with as simple as alcohol, okay, you are opening your energy to be perceptive and vulnerable at the same time to energies around them, okay? So, bienvenidos. So, if you're vulnerable, that means that if there's a negativity inside somebody else's body around you, remember that negativity's purpose is to negativize as many people, and I know that's not a word, as many people as possible. That's its goal, right? It's like a warrior. And positive energy is the total opposite. It doesn't fight, it's passive. So positivity is something that you have to go and search for, right? Like you search for health, you search for love, you search for a good way. Now, if you want easy, fast money, then do things that are normally in a negative situation, and that'll come, but also the consequences, right? So, so it's something that keep it in mind when you're sharing something like that or you're consuming anything like that, because when you see the reflection on somebody else that is also under a substance, there's entities today that very easily possess people, and you're going to be a perfect target. So if there's another vulnerable person next to you, let's say a woman or a guy, and there's something hanging around, right? It's going to go inside of that person like a freaking virus or bacteria, and then it's going to go inside of you. And the easiest way of going inside of your body is through sexuality, because it's the strongest way. So a kiss, especially if it's a very passionate kiss, the more passionate and sexual it is, the more energy that's coming inside of your body, and vice versa. So normally the person that's also dominant has a little bit more control over the energy that's winning. So like I said again, if your energy is positive, you're going to be very much gentle, loving, right? Passionate maybe. But if your energy is negative, and if you're channeling negativity, you're going to be the one that's saying, I want to fuck now and I don't care with who, okay? And you're going to be jumping over anybody that just crosses, especially if you're drunk. So that is the one you don't want to be, and that is the one you don't want to be with, okay? So because as much fun as it might be at the moment, and as much, you know, pleasure you might get, you're going to totally regret it later on when consequences start happening, because all of a sudden you absorbed, or you were literally possessed by this horrible freaking entity, or maybe a fucking alien. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not lying, okay? This is something that I do, you guys. So if you only saw the things that I see inside of people, and that I get the privilege to be able to remove, and people saying, I'm doing things that are not me, how is this possible? And remember, you always have the liberty of freedom of choosing. But sometimes the pressure of what's inside of you and that negative energy that you have inside of you is so strong that it can totally control you because your soul or your energy is no longer strong enough. Okay, so I know how crazy all this sounds, but yes, you can totally be possessed by negative entities through a kiss. And specifically, imagine if your kiss is so weak or something so simple that we might talk about, what could possibly happen if you have penetration, right? So that's why this is so important. And I know it's sometimes repetitive, but it's more important than you ever imagined, especially today, because we're, hey, what's going on, Golf King? I have no idea. What do you see? I see a man. What do you see? It says, what do you see in a black man? I see a black man. Is that a question? Touching hands, touching you, sweet Caroline. Oh, I like that song. So you have to protect that part, okay? You have to make sure, and then we'll go with the positive side of the kiss if you're generating positivity. Let me go in Spanish. Vamos a hablar un poquito en español. ¿Cómo estamos, amigos? A ver, los dejé aquí. Es que me encanta el tema que estamos hablando, o que estoy hablando, vamos a decir. Así que por eso estoy intentando no leer tanto, pero fíjense que lo delicado que puede ser el tema del beso, que quiero que aprendan para que ustedes mismos se protejan el día de mañana. Strong, loving, both. I think both are important, you know. It's all about your, I don't want to call it force, your intention behind your act that generates the energy, you know. Todo es, I'm going to go a little bit in Spanish, you guys, give me a second. So, todo se trata sobre la intención que tú tienes en tu accionar. Así como tu intención de usar algo para bien, como un vaso de vidrio para tomar agua, ¿no? También puedes tener la intención de usar el vaso de vidrio para rompérselo en la cabeza a alguien y de repente sos negativo. Entonces, lo mismo con tus partes sexuales, tus partes energéticas, exactamente lo mismo. Tú puedes tener un momento, por ejemplo, como le pasó a esta persona, donde piensa de que solamente es un momento pasional, donde una chica, bueno, se le tiró encima, ¿no? It's all chemistry. You either click it in all 6 senses. Oh yeah, absolutely. Chemistry is a must. But not a lot of people are sensitive to chemistry, you know? No mucha gente es sensible a la química que tienen entre uno y el otro, pero sí, definitivamente. Entonces, si tú aprendes de ¿cómo puedes determinar si una persona está canalizando negatividad o positividad de la forma que actúan en un evento, por ejemplo? En este caso, en esta persona que vino a una terapia, que ya había pasado por su terapia y le fue súper bien y de repente llegó con algo horrible adentro, dice, sí, porque me ha estado empezando a ir mal de nuevo. Entonces empecé yo a preguntar, pero no has estado con nadie, no he estado con nadie, no has hecho nadie, no has hecho nadie, has hecho nada sexual, ¿no? Y de repente, pero ¿sabes qué? Le digo, ¿te has drogado? ¿Has hecho alguna sustancia? No, dice, sí me emborraché en una fiesta porque viajé a Estados Unidos y bueno, me emborraché. Ok, y ahí no pasó nada. Y dice, ahora que me lo mencionás, no pensé que era importante, pero sí, hay una chica que me besó y bueno, muy locamente, o sea, como que se me tiraba encima. Entonces le empecé a preguntar, ¿y la chica qué tal? Estaba también tomada, fue agresiva, fue muy salvaje, sexual, y me dice, qué chistoso, no había prestado atención, pero sí, era muy salvaje, muy sexual, quería como que tener sexo ya, y a mí como que dije, no, solo besos, ¿no? Y porque vi que estaba tomada y no quería pues que sea algo que quizás luego no se acordara o qué sé yo, entonces no quise seguir, digo, bueno, qué bien. Entonces resulta de que de ahí, en ese momento, fue que entró una negatividad dentro de su cuerpo. Chicos, hay una razón por la cual yo hablo tanto de estas cosas, ¿ok? Anteriormente, hace 10 años, quizás cuando hacíamos también Jenny Live, era una cosa. Hoy por hoy existen invasiones de seres, entidades alienígenas que no se imaginan la cantidad que hay, no se imaginan de todas las diferentes formas y efectos que tienen en la gente y cómo se pueden meter en ustedes. Son como parásitos. Así como se te puede meter el coronavirus, es lo mismo, ¿ok? Solo que la forma más fácil de meterse en un cuerpo, ¿ok?, es a través de la energía. Y el beso, a veces, sin necesidad de una penetración, es una forma perfecta para poder poseer a una persona. Entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre la positividad y la negatividad? Welcome, TikTok. We're live at MiamiTVHD.com or Miami TV in Roku. ¿Cuál es la forma más fácil de la negatividad de entrar en las personas? A través de nuestra debilidad, ¿no? Que sería la sexualidad en este mundo. O sea, saben por dónde entrarnos, podríamos decir, por el placer. Entonces, la mayoría de la población ni siquiera pone, no juntan uno con uno en decir, bueno, el placer es algo que también me puede jugar una mala mano, ¿no? O sea, me puedo dejar llevar por un placer y me va muy bien, o de repente pues me cargo con toda la negatividad de la persona y punto. Pero ¿cuál es la diferencia entre la negatividad y la positividad? Que la negatividad es guerrera, la negatividad está buscando constantemente puntos donde tú estés vulnerable para poder meterse. Y la positividad es algo que tenés que buscar. Cuando uno quiere estar sano, thank you, hey Manu, cuando uno está saludable es positividad, pero tenés que buscar estar sano, ¿no? O sea, si quieres tener también un cuerpo físico bien, tenés que hacer ejercicio, no viene fácil, a no ser que vayas por la cirugía. Si querés tener amor, pues también tienes que trabajar mucho en ti mismo para poder atraer a la persona que corresponde con tu misma vibra. Y así sucesivamente. Bienvenidos amigos, ¿cómo estamos? Pink hair, just a little strand. I've had all sorts of color hair. Pero lo importante es saber de que si nosotros somos inteligentes, ¿okay? Y sabemos de que entra por nuestras debilidades, pues ¿cómo le ponemos un stop? ¿Cómo sabes que la persona está negativa en el momento que quiere tener algo sexual contigo? Muy fácil. Salvajismo. Salvajismo. No sé otra palabra que pueda significar eso también. Está bien la palabra, ¿no? Señor director, salvajismo sería la palabra. Cuanto más salvaje y descocada es la persona, más negatividad te va a transmitir. ¿Por qué? Porque en el momento que está vulnerable, y personas que normalmente están negativas están vulnerables constantemente, puede algo más fuerte meterse en posesión de esa persona para poder llegar a ti. Entonces, cuando la persona está positiva, los que estamos positivos somos justamente los que más en riesgo estamos de estas cosas que nos sucedan. ¿Por qué? Porque para la negatividad somos presas que todavía no ha agarrado. Entonces, es como estar en una constante, especialmente si estás soltero, ¿no? Si estás en pareja, no pasa nada. Yo aprendí español en Uruguay. I learned Spanish in Uruguay, that's where I was raised, donde me crié. Ahora tengo una mezcla que quién sabe de qué tipo de acento estoy hablando. Pero ya me perdí en lo que estaba diciendo. Saludos Monterrey, México, ¿cómo estamos? Akira, bienvenidos. Mazar Rai, welcome, how are you? Positivity everywhere. Jenny, how was your first kiss? Let me see if I can remember. I've kind of like blurred out all of my teenage years because I'm going to write a book about my biography. You guys will know why. But the reason why I talk to you guys in such confidence with this because I was a negative person before I developed my gift of positive energy and started delivering my mission, let's say, to the world with my energy. So I know exactly what it is to be negative. I know exactly what it is to battle it, exactly how it affects people, because it affected me. And how you transfer that energy to others, same thing. It's kind of like we're constantly being manipulated by something. And then when you're no longer negative, when you no longer have that inside of you, all of a sudden, it's like you're you again. You go back to your youth. You go back to when you were a kid, when you used to laugh just about anything, When I remember when I was a kid, I used to be the laughter of the class in the sense that anything would make me laugh, and I would laugh so hard for like over 20 minutes that everybody would just laugh with me. And when the teacher would come in, they'd be like, "Why is everybody laughing?" "Oh, because Jenny's laughing." So, and I lost that, throughout the years. My possession or my negativity came from, and we'll talk about this in another show, but when I was like 8 years old with just crying and being vulnerable. So when you're a kid and you're vulnerable, and especially if you have like a mission of something to do spirituality, you're more of a prey. You're more of like negativity is going to just hunt you down so you don't fulfill your mission to help others, right? But it didn't beat me, as you can see now. But I'll tell you that story in another show. There's just so much information about it. It's unbelievable. I like your energy. Thank you. You speak it very well. Thank you. Ya extrañaba a esta uruguaya. La conocí en Key West Fantasy Fest. Aguante Miami TV. Gracias, Alan. Bienvenido. So by knowing, and this is a little tip that you're going to learn today, and I want you to remember it, just by knowing when a person is channeling negativity is when you put a stop to any kind of sexual intercourse you're going to have, starting from a hug, a kiss, or even sleeping in somebody's bed. Why is sleeping in somebody's bed so important that you make sure you only sleep in somebody's bed if you must, right? If you have to sleep over, but if they have good energy, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, okay? The moment that you're asleep, the moment that you fall asleep, what are you? Completely vulnerable. You no longer have your conscious mind controlling your body and your energy. So when you're vulnerable, if you're staying or sleeping in a place that is filled with entities, is filled with negativity, you're going to absorb that negativity, okay? So see, there's so many things, and there's so many things that we're constantly exposed to that honestly, and especially today, and why am I making such an emphasis today? Because there is more of an invasion of energies today. There's a lot of portals that have been opened, not in a good way, okay? That we are in a constant attack. Every single person that has ever committed any kind of crime in the world had negativity inside of them. And it doesn't mean that that's an excuse, and it doesn't mean that they are not responsible for what they did. I'm just making a point here, okay? At the end of the day, you are the one that makes a choice, and you're the one that decides for that negativity to be able to enter your body, because it doesn't enter you by itself. If you don't allow it to enter, it won't enter. And if you allow it to enter, meaning that you're vulnerable at all times, you're getting drunk all the time, you're doing drugs all the time, you're hanging out with people that are, or maybe you're not doing it, but you're hanging out with people that are doing that all the time, you're constantly just kind of like putting yourself out there so that you can absorb all that crap, basically. So I like to think of it kind of like you either wear oil in your body, right? And when you walk, water just kind of drips by. Or you wear, that was a bad example. Or maybe, yeah, because you could wear oil and then things stick to you at the same time. Right, water, let's say, okay, water in the sense of negativity. Or you could wear oil and then go into places where there's dirt and you'll have all of it stuck to you. So that's kind of how positivity and negativity work according to your surroundings. I hope that made sense. Welcome, guys. Repels. Thank you. Repels. So you could totally repel that energy. You could repel that negativity. So what about you guys? Have you ever had an experience where maybe you were at a party and somebody just kind of went really sexual on you? I mean, has it happened? How did you feel afterwards? Did you not think about it anymore afterwards? And what do you think now that you know exactly what happened, that you were charged with negativity? Like, and don't get me wrong, do not blame the person. This doesn't mean that the person is a bad person, okay? For example, like in the case of this guy that came and this story that I shared with you guys, it doesn't mean that that girl was a bad girl. It just means that because of whatever situation in life, and we can't judge because we don't know everybody's story, negativity can go inside of a person from the moment that they're little, okay? Where you don't have a choice or even a choice to protect your energy. So, so that's why don't say like, oh, you're purposely giving me negative energy. Nobody purposely gives you negative energy, okay? It goes inside because, first of all, you are allowing it to, and second of all, the person's bad choices or poor choices or maybe bad environment when they were kids made them be vulnerable so that they just continued to absorb negativity, and that negativity is manipulating the person to act that way. So all the person feels is, I want to be very sexual. But at no time are they thinking, I'm about to give you negativity. Like, it doesn't work that way, okay? So this is something that's happening worldwide that nobody knows about, that nobody talks about, because it's not a normal subject, because nobody studies it. I study it, okay? This is my life, and I'm so passionate about it because it makes like a night and day kind of change in your life. It's just unbelievable. Finger licking good, thank you. One can walk into any store and feel all the negative energy. Absolutely, see, but that's you. Like, not everybody, I'm lost, TVN. Saludos desde El Paso, saludos. Not everybody has that sensitivity. I feel like today people are the word even energy is a little bit more popular. Before, if you think about a couple of years back, I mean, you couldn't even talk about these things because it was like, what? Are you a witch or something? Like, what, do you do tarot cards? But today, I feel like all of this, you know, the popularity of the social media, TV shows of mediums and things like this, made it a little bit more okay for, there's a fly, for us to talk about these things in a little bit more open. And also that we are, in a sense, in the world right now where we are in the verge of something very bad. So it's necessary to just wake up, right? Wake up and start making good choices. And if you've made good choices, make sure you teach others about this stuff. Because like I said, it doesn't matter if you believe me or you don't believe me. The energy is going to work exactly the way that I'm telling you, whether you want to believe it or not. So if you can do something about it, I think it's even better. I reject all negative energy around me. Very good. See, that's not easy to do. Not everybody could do that. In fact, there are even people that are so vulnerable, so weak energetically, that positive energy doesn't last inside of their bodies. Can you believe it? When I get people like this, I feel really bad because there isn't much more, you know, you could do for them. But at the same time, I've realized that it has to do with character. When you are, the thing on my shirt, that's a microphone for a TV show. We're live in Miami TV. And that's what I get for reading. Sorry, character. So I've noticed that people that are very soft in character, very like letting others walk all over them, or saying yes to everybody and being manipulated or used by other people, those are the vulnerable ones. Those are the ones that positive energy normally doesn't sit with, because even though they're very good people and nice people, they don't have that strength inside of them for their energy to kind of go, you know, like you said, like you protect yourself from negative energy. Like you probably have a strong character where somebody is going to come to screw you over, you're going to tell them to fuck off, right? So that is what is necessary. And every time I get somebody like that, the first thing I say is stop saying yes to everybody. Stop trying to be the nice one. Stop trying to think of others before you, because even though it's a very humble way to think, you can do this, or you should do this after you are balanced and you are positive. Then you can think of others before yourself. But you know what? If you are not well, how could you possibly help others? Okay? Oh my God, it's an hour already? Se me fue la hora, no lo puedo creer. No, dice 8:51. Faltan 10 minutos. Ah, es porque tenés 10 minutos antes. No, ya me querían cortar. They're trying to cut me off here. I'm like, I got 10 more minutes. Actually, we do pull them out. We do a positive energy seminar in the nude for our members in Miami TV. So that's in MiamiTVHG.com. You subscribe if you want. But unfortunately, I can't do that in TikTok because then I'll get banned. We're also in YouTube, Facebook, and Miami TV's on cable. So you got to make sure we don't do that. But I'm always nude in Twitter because, like I always say, this is the only hour a day where I wear clothes. The rest of the day, I live in a jungle all naked with my chickens and animals. I'll show you one day. We'll do a little live reality. Okay, where were we? You should have your own fashion company. Your style is amazing. Thank you. ¿Cómo están? I'm single man. What can I do to get a woman? What you can do to get a woman is stop looking for a woman, okay? Where was us? Okay, so character. That's what you want to build on. So having a character and deciding what's good for yourself before others. It's not being selfish. It's realistically, okay? You're being realistic in today's world, in today's energy. Taking care of your energy, taking care of yourself first, allows you to later on help a lot more people than if you take care of others and don't take care of yourself, or do things only for others' happiness and not yourself, and then afterwards you're negative and you're not doing well and you're not living the life that you like, so you no longer can help anybody. So it doesn't make sense, does it? Bueno, hablemos por ejemplo del el carácter. Hay muchas personas que no tienen la... A ver, voy a esta cámara. Que no tienen la fuerza como de decisión de poder realmente decir no a una persona siento de que hay personas, hay alguien que me acaba de decir, yo cuando llego, Energy Jenny's de Twitter, yo cuando llego, dice una persona, repelo toda energía negativa que hay alrededor mío. Yo digo, sí, pero ¿sabes qué? No todo el mundo puede hacer eso, o sea, no todo el mundo tiene esa posibilidad de poder realmente como que bloquear absolutamente todo alrededor de ellos y que no les vaya mal. O sea, es inevitable para otros que son tan buenas personas, pero también tan débiles en su carácter, de que no saben decir que no, aceptan todo lo que la gente alrededor dice, no se paran, ¿no?, por sus propios, sobre lo que piensan, perdón, o sea, como que los demás mandan sobre ellos, ¿no? Y son utilizados. Entonces yo entiendo el concepto de que siempre hay que pensar en los demás antes que en nosotros, porque hay que ser humilde. Sí y no. ¿Por qué? Porque tú puedes darte ese privilegio si realmente estás bien en tu vida, todo te va bien, entonces vas a poder ayudar a mucha más gente. Pero si tú siempre estás viviendo por los demás, en hacer feliz a los demás, y no sabes decir que no, y no te cuidas a ti mismo, ¿qué va a ser de ti en unos años? ¿No? No vas a poder ayudar nunca más a nadie, y tu vida no va a ser la que tú quieres. Entonces, el fijarnos, let's talk about something important. Boobs. Fijarnos en, actually we're talking about something important. If you listened, I know we were just in English. Si nos fijamos en eso, en nuestro carácter, ahí te vas a poder dar cuenta quizás dónde es que pierdes la mayoría de tu energía. Entonces, eres alguien que no tiene fuerza decisiva ante outfit check, ante los demás, ¿no? Eres alguien que quizás no permites que tu voz sea escuchada y que los demás manden sobre ti. Entonces, si ese es el caso, pues vas a ser una persona vulnerable, una persona fácil de que la gente le saque la energía. ¿Por qué? Porque así como te sacan tu tiempo y te sacan tu atención sin que vos propongas algo, te están también chupando la energía, como a veces les decimos los vampiros energéticos. We call these kind of people energy vampires, okay? Sí, estamos en vivo, Byron, bienvenidos, ¿cómo estamos? Facts there. Saludos Costa Rica, saludos Uruguay, saludos chicos, ¿cómo estamos? Jenny, no pierdo tus programas, te sigo en todas tus redes. Qué bueno, pero no tengas todas abiertas porque en todas estamos mostrando lo mismo. También estamos en TikTok, hey TikTok. Tell me about your sexual energy experience. Entonces, estábamos hablando un poco sobre el carácter. Si tú llegas a tener esa fuerza decisiva de tu carácter en decir que no, vas a notar un cambio bastante drástico. ¿Por qué? Porque de repente ya no vas a tener los vampiros energéticos, como decíamos recién. Iba en inglés, perdón. So, okay, going in English. So we call them energy vampires, right? Which is basically if your attitude towards things and towards people is always of giving, but giving up to the point where it's taking away from you, you're actually getting to the point where they're not only taking your time, attention, and kindness, they're also taking away your energy. Because when you give, you're giving, your intention is energy, your thoughts are energy, your body and actions are energy, okay? So you have to think, well, how much energy am I generating that I can give, right? And that it doesn't take away from my progress. And that doesn't make you a bad person, okay? That doesn't make you selfish. You have to first take care of yourself to be able to help others. It's as simple as that. And if you're not doing it, then I'm sorry for you, because your life would be so much better today and you would be probably reaching and helping a lot more other people. So to be able to have that protection, let's say, of energy, so that when you walk into a place, right, or when you, whatever kind of place it is, it could be a negative place or a positive place, but when you walk into it, you have that power over saying, you know, I can feel the energy and it's not going to affect me, or I don't feel anything and, oh yeah, do you need something? Oh yeah, what do you need? Oh no, but you know what, I had something. Oh, but I need you now. Yes, let me go with you then. So you have like no say, right? Like you have no personality, it's what it would be. So all these energy vampires, that's specifically what they do. And it is, again, people don't do this consciously. People do this because it's kind of like your energy, and for those that believe in a soul, it's your soul, but for those that don't believe in a soul, it's your energy. It's kind of like your energy starts to speak for yourself. So when you're radiating something and there's a family member or a friend or somebody next to you that needs that supportive energy, not only for you to listen to them or be their shoulder to cry on or be their friend, but needs something else. Because remember that when you're listening, they're discharging their energy on you. So your energy has to be strong enough so that you don't absorb that negative energy. So you're doing a really good act because you're allowing for them to discharge negativity towards you. But you have to have the knowledge, you have to have the wisdom to understand that everything has a limit, right? The moment that you see that you can no longer maintain that energy and that things are affecting you is when you need to kind of put a stop and say, no, you know what? I need to say no. Oh, but I need you. You've never said no. Yeah, but there's things I need to do for myself today. Jenny, love you. I'm always positive and smiling and thinking about you and what you're saying. Oh, and you have a it says Jenny Scordamaglia. You have my name. Hey, Robert. Welcome, guys. Saludos, Uruguay. ¿Cómo estamos? Oh, wow. I love that we have a lot of comments and topics. And I know I said I was going to read them yesterday for today, but yeah. Okay. Hey, Joe David. Welcome, guys. Saludos, Tarcisio. Yeah, our chat is pretty laid back. Bueno, así que ahora sí nos podemos despedir. Hoy estás en otro lugar. Are you in another place today or is there a different angle? No, we're in the same place. I think our cameras just kind of switched positions. All right, guys, now we're done. We'll continue tomorrow speaking about positivity, sexual energy. Tell me your sexual experiences so I can give you kind of also a feedback and what happened there. Did you absorb negativity? What you can do to get rid of it? Okay, it's super important. And today's day and age, you need to stay positive. So think of your health, think of your energy, think of being at peace. If your mind is wobbling all over the place, then this is something you need to address, all right? Don't let it just be. Don't forget to subscribe to MiamiTVHD.com, and we will continue now with a nude positive energy seminar for our members to charge you up with good vibes. Muy bien, amigos, continuamos con un seminario de energía positiva para nuestros miembros en MiamiTVHD.com. Espero que hayan disfrutado más temas, todo teniendo que ver con la energía, pero hay alguna razón por la cual empezamos ahora nuevamente y estamos dándole tanto énfasis a estos temas. Así que espero que escuchen, pongan esa personalidad, digan que no cuando vean de que su energía está bajando, porque las personas hoy en día están en necesidad de energía. Y si ustedes están débiles, se las van a chupar, se las van a quitar, ¿ok? Un besito grande, estén positivos y nos vemos mañana a la misma hora aquí en Miami TV. Besitos.